Hi, I'm Heather Carden. I have been a member at St. George's Church for 30 years. My mom and dad brought me here for the first time when I was about 6 weeks old. I have been coming ever since. I am currently the Sunday school director. I come to the 9 o'clock service. I'm usually sitting with my mom and my two kids, Max and Nora. Before being the Sunday school director and before being mom, I am a product of Sunday school's preschool in I think 89 maybe. I am a product of St. George's Sunday School. I'm a product of St. George's Youth Group. I was the altar. I think I organized the servers on the altar for a couple years in high school and college. I taught preschool here at St. George's Preschool in 2005 and 2006, and I was a youth group leader for a little bit, and this will be my second school year as being the Sunday school director.
I
think that's all of it.
Clearly been very
I've been here for a while.
Yeah. Well, since I've come, you've been active. I mean, my first introduction was Max's baptism,
Yeah, right?
And since then, you've had little Nora. But clearly, Heather, you've had some wonderful experiences here at St. George's. You've shared them with me, and obviously, you're contributing back and giving back in ways in which you were giving. It sounds like this has been a very meaningful experience for you. And I wonder if you could share a little about what St. George's means to you and how this experience has really impacted you. Emotionally, spiritually, however.
As
personally.
a Sunday school director?
Just personally.
Okay, so I think one of the more interesting parts about this for me is that this has always been like a home for me. Like literally I've spent so much of my life, so many hours that I've been alive in this building. I've seen the building change. I've seen people come and go. I still remember the day that Norm Durham hugged me and squeezed me super hard when I graduated high school, and until the last day I saw him told me that my senior picture hung on his wall. This has just always been my family. And when I grew up without grandparents, so when I would hear friends or see friends doing things with their grandparents and telling them things, I kind of almost associated this and the people in this building with that part that I was missing. And I like that I'm now able to kind of turn this full circle, and now I'm able to have my kids experience the same things that I got to experience. They go to Sunday school, they make friends here at church. Nora's usually screaming for more communion bread, and Max is playing with Scott in a pew somewhere. But I think to me, this building and the people inside of it are more like my family and my home than coming to church for a specific purpose. Like I feel like I belong here, and I feel like my family belongs here.
Wow, yeah, that is meaningful indeed. And of course, now you're serving as Sunday school director, and you add to the wonderful legacy that has been created, and you bring vivaciousness and energy and exuberance, all of that good stuff, and leadership. I wonder if you could share a little about what makes Sunday school so vital to this congregation, to our growth here at St. George's. What makes Sunday school so important?
So I want to start off by saying that I am very fortunate, again, like I said, to be a product of St. George's Sunday School. I think that every person that's come into one of these classrooms, when it started out in the parish hall on the carpet, and then it went down to the basement and we painted it, and now we have our own wing, our own educational wing. Everyone that's volunteered any amount of time, whether it was consistent on Sundays or substituting when they could, everyone had the same meaningful purpose, that we're here to teach these little guys why it's so important to come every Sunday, why this is a trusting building for them, and why what God is teaching us is so important for them. Not only on Sundays, on Sunday mornings, but making those connections for real life. So for me, Sunday school has always been important. My mom was the Sunday school director for, she probably wouldn't like it if I told you how long. My mom was a Sunday school director for a long time, and I got to watch her show me how important it is to have those expectations. And then I got to watch Jean Dixon take over, which, again, what a meaningful way to learn how to do something correctly. She's amazing at, being a teacher, a Sunday school leader, and a mom. And now here I am, and I'm trying to do things in a new way to try to make the kids more excited on Sunday mornings. Just little things like last year we decorated our door, and this year each class is going to come up with a class motto for what they want to learn. On the first day of Sunday school, just this past Sunday, I sat with I think there were 6 friends, 5 kindergartners and 1 pre-Ker, and we went through a list of what they want to learn in Sunday school this year. And I emphasized what they wanted to learn. What do you want to do? That we are here for you. So my goal as a Sunday school director and as a Sunday school teacher is to promote the fact that this is a safe and trusting environment, and that what we learn here on Sundays goes past these walls. Like, we can make connections to this when we're at school. We can make connections to what we're learning about when we're with friends. We can make connections to what we're learning about when we're on the soccer field or we're at band practice. This is all relatable to real life, and it's our job as a teacher to make them understand that these words are very powerful, and these stories have so much to them that we can get from them. So not only are we to sit down and teach them or show them or draw pictures with them, but to set a good example as well. So when we get excited about the stories, they will get excited about the stories. And I think that it's so meaningful to me because I can remember being in upper elementary school and Karen Held playing Old Testament, New Testament with me, and she would give us a book of the Bible and we had to say, was it in the Old Testament or New Testament? And I promise you that me and the Hesters and David Vaughn and Sarah Smith, we all made sure that Saturday afternoon, if anytime, we were looking in that Bible to try to memorize Old Testament, New Testament, because that game just made us so excited. Just little things like that, and I'm happy that I'm able to turn it full circle and do the same with my own children.
Absolutely. What a wonderful story. And you touched on so many aspects of stewardship, because sometimes that word can be intimidating. And I particularly did not ask, what is the sense of stewardship and how does that manifest itself in Sunday school? But one, you spoke about having fun. Yes, that's a part of it. But you also spoke about managing life and living out your Christian life on a daily basis. And so taking what we learn here and taking it out into everyday experience is what Sunday school does. It provides a foundation, right? It nurtures and it teaches them the way of God. And in many ways, it teaches them how to live and values and standards and how these are so relevant for them in everyday life, indeed in times like these. And so that's a beautiful summation of what Christian stewardship is all about from the Sunday school perspective. With all of this experience that you've had, with all of this richness that you have gained and that you have given to the church, if there is one thing that you would want people to know about St. George's as we embark on this Stewardship Awareness Month, what might you want to say?
The one word that popped into my head first as you were asking that question was the word family. And I think that's because on Sunday you can see every family sitting in that church in a variety of different ways. no kids, lots of kids, old kids, young kids, and everyone feels comfortable. And I think that it's important to remember that this place is the perfect place for a family to come and worship. That there are so many possibilities and so many options and so many opportunities for everyone, from the ages of a baby until the ages of I'm done here on earth, to do something productive that would make them happy. And as I think about like my own family, my mom bringing me every Sunday, and my mom bringing my brother every Sunday, and now I'm bringing my own kids, and I think about teaching Caitlin Dixon in Sunday school when she was, 3 years old, and now she's teaching in the same classroom with me. Just seeing families and how they grow and expand, not only in age and numbers, but grow and expand in their Christianity and in their ways of promoting what we love and what we worship on Sundays to their friends and their family. It just makes me very, very proud, and to know that everyone who walks in this door is instantly part of a family, and we'll feed you. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. We will.
We'll feed you.
Not only spiritually, we'll feed you.
We'll feed your belly.
Exactly.
Right?
We'll feed your belly. Yes, Heather, you're absolutely right. That is one thing we do emphasize here, that we are a family. And so whether you come in your Ravens jersey or your Patriots jersey or your 49ers jersey, whether you watch Fox News or MSNBC or CNN, whatever you vote for, we are a family, and we honor and respect differences, and we celebrate diversity, but we also celebrate our unity. Thank you for sharing that and for sharing your experience. You have done a wonderful job this far, and we look forward to many years of contribution from you. And one day, little Nora will take your place, hopefully, and Matt will be the people's warden. Who knows? He's already started with the pews, And so we look forward to that. Thank you, Heather, and you, the Sunday school, and many of the youth programs here. We honor you and we appreciate you. God bless you.
Thank you.